we go. Oh boy, now we in LA. LA, right? LA? I think it's LA. Let's check this out. Good Lord, here we go.
All right, so we are following this live for you right now out of Willowbrook, California. We have very few details so far, but what we do know is that there is a car chase that has occurred that led to a shooting involving a federal agent on the ground there. So obviously you're looking at some of the images that we got in screen right over the past few minutes. A screen left is the live shot provided to us from our affiliate KTTV on the ground there. Paul Mauro is joining us now as we await more details on this car chase that led to a shooting involving a federal agent. Paul, please jump in.
So obviously they're going to review this for the use of force, especially in the current context of the Renee Good shooting. It'll come down to a number of things. Why did the officer shoot? Was that person, that is the agent, presented with deadly force? Was it an accidental firing? Did the person drive the car at him? Was there shots fired at the agent? These are all sort of the logical things that you would look at. One of the nuances is going to be what the pursuit protocols are for federal government. The local police these days almost all have protocols for when and how you can pursue. It strikes people a lot of times as counterintuitive, but the police actually won't pursue in a vehicle misdemeanor crimes, things like that, because they don't want to endanger the public for something that they feel is not that important and that we can get the person on later. So,
oh yeah, I forgot. In California, the ones that just let you walk in and walk out, stealing stuff, that's them, right?
That would be something I'm sure they're going to look at. Who was the perp? Why was there a chase in a populated area? Obviously, we don't know much. We just have to, as we always say, of the first 100 reports, 99 are going to be erroneous, just because everybody is scrambling right now to figure out what happened.
Okay, so a little bit more information, and I just want to reiterate: the suspect was not hit, but the agent was hurt. This is according to high-level DHS sources.
So the agent was hurt, but the person wasn't hit. They shot at him, but they were not hit. But the agent was hurt. So does this mean that the agent was also hit by the car first before they shot?
At this moment,
or hurt in some other form or fashion?
We do have. But according to the LA authorities there and multiple sources, the call came in at 7:20 a.m. local time there. Okay. The shooting took place involving a DHS agent task force. They were conducting an operation in the Willowbrook, Compton area of South LA. The suspect fled from the target location in a vehicle. The short vehicle pursuit ensued. Then the suspect's vehicle crashed into a parked car near the 2400 block of 126th Street. Very local details are coming in. An incident occurred immediately following the termination of the pursuit that led to a federal officer firing his or her weapon. No person was hit by gunfire. All federal agents accounted for. All suspects have been detained. A little bit more information.
Yeah, I mean, look, this everybody's mind is, of course, going to the immigration situation, but there's a very good chance this has nothing to do with immigration. DHS has an operational arm known as HSI, Homeland Security Investigations. They work in task forces. They work with the marshals. There's a very good chance this was a fugitive apprehension.
So this federal agent, this doesn't mean, okay. Because my mindset is already in ICE. I'm just thinking this is an ICE story, but it's not. But it says that in the title, it says car chase leads to shooting involving illegal immigrant and federal agents. Interesting.
An arrest warrant on somebody.
Which makes you just start thinking of ICE.
Could be anything. The fact that it happened so early in the morning argues to me you do operations very early in the morning when you're going to boom a door, you have a suspect identified, you want to get in there, execute a search warrant. So that suggests maybe they were running an operation on a location that they knew was dirty, and somehow or other this person twigged to it. They may have even fled from the scene.
I want to hear the extra details.
Worded suggests to me that
I want to know what's what.
This one piece got into the car and fled. So, like I said, we're going to have to see how this thing teases out, but I know everybody's...
This is one of those things where, because it was an illegal immigrant, you're saying that's what it is. It's an illegal immigrant, and it's going to bring all the people out that got a problem with ICE. That's what that's going to do.
Is going to the immigration situation. And of course, we hope more than anything that the federal agent's okay, because according to this, the agent is hurt. Doesn't sound like shots were fired at the agent. I think we'd be hearing that already.
Yeah.
But the fact that a car is involved, if the agent was in fact hit with the car, it's a very dangerous thing. It's something
they could have punched him, run into their car. Like, who knows what happened? They could have tackled him. They could have been in pursuit on foot before something. So who knows what happened?
Talking about, obviously, in the context of Minneapolis.
Yeah, I just want to add some more information. Bill Malugin forwarding along some more information from the Department of Homeland Security. Also, the FBI is confirming to him that they are responding to the situation and that they are investigating as we continue to get these live pictures into us from Willowbrook, California. Reiterating this happened just after 7 o'clock local time there this morning. DHS officers were conducting a targeted operation in Compton to arrest a violent criminal illegal alien from El Salvador who's involved in a human smuggling operation, has 2 prior arrests for inflicting injury on a spouse or cohabitant from El Salvador.
A zone for a split
reiterating
second.
This happened just after 7 o'clock local time there this morning. DHS officers were conducting a targeted operation in Compton to arrest a violent criminal illegal alien from El Salvador who's involved in a human smuggling operation, has 2 prior arrests for inflicting injury on a spouse or cohabitant. An immigration judge issued him a final order of removal back in 2019, Paul. And it goes on to read this. This is a statement provided to us.
You guys, people going to march against this?
Patricia McLaughlin from DHS. In a dangerous attempt to evade arrest, this criminal illegal alien weaponized his vehicle and rammed law enforcement.
Okay.
Fearing for his life and safety, he fired defensive shots. The criminal illegal alien was not hit and attempted to flee on foot. He was successfully apprehended by law enforcement. The illegal alien was not injured, but a CBP officer was injured. These dangerous attempts to evade arrest have surged since sanctuary politicians, including Governor Newsom, have encouraged illegal aliens to evade arrests and provided guides advising illegal aliens how to recognize ICE, block entry, and defy arrest. As we well know, our officers are now facing a 3,200% increase in vehicle attacks. The situation's evolving. More information is forthcoming.
All right, so it looks like it's a little bit of a combination of what I said earlier. A targeted thing, the guy very well may have a gang affiliation, etc., but it does sound like it's related to immigration. They wanted to get him. It just goes to the fact, I think, as we just heard in the statement, that the gloves are off from the bad guys relative to going at federal officers with the cars. All I can say is what I said earlier. I hope that agent is okay.
A lot of criminals do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like, American criminals do that stuff. American citizen criminals do stuff like that,
But it just does show you, listen, if anybody has ever had a car come at them with bad intent,
you don't want
I can tell you
that.
how nerve-wracking that is. And I go back to the fact that the first statement did
I got a homeboy whose girlfriend tried to run him over.
sound like they said everybody has been detained. So it sounds to me like there may be more than just the one person involved. So let's just hope, obviously, that the agent's okay. They got this guy.
Sound like it
maybe
was
some,
one person.
Some cohorts. But I think it very much tracks, now that we know a little bit more, it tracks to what's gone on in Minneapolis. It does sound like it was an immigration-related thing, and it's just another bad guy that came in that was allowed to stay here, and I'm sure we've been paying for his care and feeding.
Quite a scene developing there, as a lot of the media is now.
So maybe for people to rile up, it has to be a 2-part equation. It has to involve ICE and it has to involve an illegal immigrant. Maybe if it's only one or the other, people won't get all riled up and stuff. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, good Lord.
Paul, we're going to keep monitoring this situation. We'll have more on it. Paul, thank you very much.
Of course.
Do things legally, folks, and stay out of trouble. Like RoboCop said, stay out of trouble. That's all you got to do. Just try your best not to break the law, and don't go into other countries illegally. Fill out the proper paperwork. Wait until it's your turn to come into the country. Do so. Have all your proper paperwork then. And, what's funny? People are calling them the Gestapo, talking about where are your papers type of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, that sounds like wordplay there. To me, that sounds like wordplay because it's like, whenever you're stopped by the police, whether you're an American citizen or not, they always ask for your papers. And you know what papers they are? Driver's license and registration. And when they stop people on the street, they ask for ID. Now there's, different laws pertaining on to whether they can ask you for ID at certain points or not, but they still ask you for your papers. So, see what I'm saying? That's that, Trump is Hitler crap. That's, I think that's along the lines. You want to demonize them as much as possible so that people hate them more and more and equivalate. Can't even talk right now. Make them equivalent to a person in his regime that most of the world considers evil. You see what I'm saying? So, which would be Hitler and Yazis and, Yazi Germany, all that type of stuff. That's, or other stuff, people are wild. People are wild. But it is what it is. Do things the right way, folks. And, the majority of the time, crazy stuff like this won't happen. We know innocent people get tied up and stuff. We know that happens. But that's not what happens most of the time. The people that stay out of trouble tend to stay out of trouble,